Hi Aquarius. So let's do a 5-layered spread to try to capture as much of your energy as we can. Usually I do a 4-layered spread, but I was being called to add a 5th layer today because I feel like this is going to be a big message. So we're starting with the Fool, King of Swords, 6 of Cups, the World, 7 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 4 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, 2 of Wands. Under this deck is 2 of Cups. So Aquarius, I can already tell that this is going to be a love reading, so let's prepare for that. So I'd like to get another layer. So we have lapis lazuli, Lemurian quartz, jade, iolite, sunstone, blue lace agate, clear quartz, turquoise, rhodonite, and apatite. Under this deck, we have tiger's eye. So then we're going to get 6 of these. Yeah, this is going to, we're going to get a lot of information. I can just feel this. So we have Wolverine, Ladybug, Walrus, Cardinal, Meerkat, Shark. Under this deck, we have Zebra. Then we're going to get 6 of these. For our 4th layer, so we have You're Already Doing It, Lemuria, The Crumbling, Answer the Call, Priestess, Take a Break. Under this deck, we have the Initiation. And then finally, we're just going to get 2 of these. But this connection that you are currently experiencing, Aquarius, feels highly spiritual. So there's fresh start, and you have special gifts. Never surrender to normal. So you and your person have a very spiritual and loving connection. I think that this connection has not been easy in any way whatsoever. I feel like perhaps you've both had to face different kinds of fears when it comes to this relationship, and you're learning to let go of those fears. Because I feel like you don't always feel safe or protected in this relationship. But it does feel like you're both being initiated, like you're crossing into a threshold of something. You're being squeezed through that threshold, both of you. And I think it's because this is such an important relationship. So the energy that exists between the two of you are the 5 of Pentacles, turquoise, meerkat, the priestess, and you have special gifts. Never surrender to normal. So this again feels highly spiritual. I think you both have very strong spiritual gifts. I think you're both being called to step into them. I think that you are both really needing to feel like you're understood in the situation, and that you want to feel like you can trust the other person. Because right now it feels like with this 5 of Pentacles that you may be separated. Maybe one or both of you is icing each other out. Maybe there's a cold shoulder energy. Maybe someone has retracted their energy. But the health of the relationship doesn't feel great right now with that 5 of Pentacles between you. There is a message, though, about surrendering and allowing this process to happen. So in your person's feelings, we have Page of Swords, blue lace agate, and cardinal. So your person wants to take action towards you, but they're fearful. They're not calm. They feel, this cardinal is even giving me like a jittery energy. Like in the Lenormand system, the bird is always that card for anxiety or just that nervousness, that jitteriness. And so I feel like this person is really out of balance, that they feel Like they have to be brought back into equilibrium because they're not calm. They don't feel any sense of calm whatsoever. Every time they think about moving towards you, it just causes them a lot of anxiety. So their actions are the Four of Cups, clear quartz, and answer the call. So this, again, is that imbalance. There's no equilibrium in this person. It's very chaotic energy because they know they're being called towards you, but they're not doing anything about it. They're just pretending like it isn't happening. There's a very clear sense of avoidance because until they know for sure that they're not going to be hurt in this situation, they're not doing anything. But that's counterintuitive because you have to, in order to answer the call, we never know where we're going. That's why the Fool card is just jumping off a cliff. The Fool can't see what's next. The Hermit can't see what's next. They have just that lantern. So the point is, the spiritual journey is about not knowing where you're going, but going anyway. And your person is refusing to do that. Your person realizes that they're meant to do this, but until they know where they're going, they're not going to go. So do you see the problem there? It's just not going to work if they continue to not do anything. In your feelings, you have the Two of Wands, appetite, and shark. So you feel the call, but you feel it differently. You're trusting your instincts. You're trusting your intuition. You know the truth in the situation, and you are willing to come out of your comfort zone. The Two of Wands is about that. It's about a change of plans that you've never done before, something out of your comfort zone. So you feel like you want to pursue this. You feel, to me, like the more spiritually evolved because you know that in order for this to progress, you have to take that step forward, even if you have no idea where you're going. That's how you feel. In your actions, you have the Four of Swords, rhodonite, and take a break. So you're not doing anything either, though. Neither one of you is taking a step towards the other, which is probably why we see this Five of Pentacles between you. So I can tell that you are healing from something. You may need, with this rhodonite, you might even feel like you need to forgive this person. So for some of you, this person may have done something in the past that caused you to really put a pause in the action. And again, I was getting that with this Five of Pentacles, that someone put a pause in the action. It feels like you. It feels like you pulled back because of something they did, and you're trying to perhaps forgive them for what they did. But meanwhile, because you've pulled your energy back, they've stopped responding too. So this feels very stuck. This feels very hard, and which is why I felt like we were going to get a lot of information in this reading. So they see you, wow, there's so many cards here. They see you as the King of Swords, the Lemurian quartz, and you're already doing it. They see you as being very patient with them, but not accepting anything other than the full truth, nothing but the truth. So if this person did betray you in some way or told you a half truth or wasn't transparent about something, they know that you know. But they do think that you are still being patient with them. And with you're already doing it, I think they understand what I was saying, that it feels like you are the more spiritually evolved of the two. It's like they know that you're light years ahead of them. And so that may be part of why they're not doing anything, because it just feels futile to them that they're going to come after you, but you won't be there. You're going to be so far ahead of them. And I think that's part of their ego speaking, that it feels to me like they might want to not pursue you because of a fear of rejection or a fear that you're not going to be there. And then they have to admit that to themselves that they're not good enough or whatever that might be for you. But that's the sense that I'm getting, is your person is really holding themselves back. There's a lot of fear. And I was getting that from that cardinal. There's this sense of just anxiety and fear that they really have to overcome. They have to let go of those fears if they want to be able to make this happen with you, because I don't see you coming towards them either. So you see them as the world, iolite, and the crumbling. You see that they are probably close to understanding the spiritual nature of this with the World card. I think you see them as having learned a lot, and you can see that they are shifting their mindset, but I don't know that you see them totally correctly. I think that you understand with the crumbling that they're clinging to their fears, and that I think you're putting a lot of faith in the universe that there will be a divine intervention with the crumbling, that the universe is going to show this person the way. But I'm just not so sure. I don't know that the universe is going to intervene with this person. I feel like they have to get there on their own. So in their intentions, they have the Fool, the Lapis Lazuli, and Wolverine. So they know they have to make a decision. They believe in themselves with the Wolverine and the Fool. They believe they can do this, but the problem is intentions are not the same as actions. That in their mind, they're seeing themselves take a jump towards you. They're seeing themselves face all their fears. They're really thinking that through and understanding that they have to make a decision. They understand that if they don't act, nothing is going to happen. But their actions are saying otherwise. And so that's a problem. And that's what I'm saying. Do you see why this is a problem? That your person is in their own way and therefore in your way when it comes to this relationship. So your intentions are Seven of Pentacles, Sunstone, and Walrus. So I think that you are being patient with this person, but you don't intend to work towards this. You're just going to focus on yourself. You're just paying attention to the signs that your person gives you. You're being very patient with the Seven of Pentacles, but you're also with the Sunstone, you're just living your life. You're just going about your day, going about your life, going about your business, whatever you do, just because you know you cannot. You're taking a break. You're trying to forgive this person. You have put a pause in the action. And you're fine with that. That is your intention. Your intention is to see, what can this person bring me, and are they going to bring it to me? Otherwise, you're not making a move. I see you very firm in your position, Aquarius. Until your person's intentions become their actions, no one's making a move. It feels like a stalemate. So then, in the energy that keeps the two of you together, we have the Six of Cups, Jade, Ladybug, Lemuria, and Fresh Start. So to me, this is very clear that you two have a past together, a long history, perhaps past lives, because the Six of Cups can mean that. There's always a lot of hope in the Six of Cups too, that things will eventually come back to the way they used to be. And with Lemuria, it feels like you two have had a soul connection in past lifetimes. You've been to other star systems before, and now you're here together working this through. But I feel like your person is really struggling right now for some reason or another. And it feels like it has to do with some kind of truth that they withheld from you. But that's not going to be for everyone. But I do think that you are continuing to have this hope. You're both hoping that there's going to be a fresh start, that there's going to be an opportunity. But you're hoping your person will come forward, and they're hoping you will come forward. But I feel like it doesn't have to be you who comes forward. I feel like your person has to learn to face their fears and not have you come and rescue them, is what I'm getting from that. And so I think that you are being the bigger person and allowing an opening for this person, but you're not going to come and rescue them and say, here, you can have me back, or you can come back into my life, even though you're afraid to face your fears, or even though you told me a half truth, or whatever that is. But you are still holding space for them. And I think it's because of the history you have, whether it's in this life or other lives. You are holding space for them, hoping that they will come forward. Right now, they intend to come forward, but I don't see them actually doing that. So for whatever this is worth to you, Aquarius, I do feel like this is a stalemate. And I think you're right to keep a pause in the action, because this person has to take accountability for whatever it is that they did, and or face their fears of whatever that is that causes them all this anxiety when it comes to this connection with you. And it's because it's such an intense connection. I could feel that when I started laying the cards down, that this is a very intense connection. But I do think that you should just continue to focus on yourself. Allow this person to continue perhaps to think about this, to get clear about this. Sometimes the Four of Cups can be a card of meditation, and they want to answer the call. They know they're being called. They know it. The question is, are they going to do it? It's going to require them to step directly into their fear to do it. And so the rest is up to you. If you just want to focus on yourself, if you want to move on, if you want to stop holding space for this person, if you want to continue holding space for this person, because they know what to do. But that's that fear. That's the one variable right now, is will they or will they not step through that fear to come to you? So there you go, Aquarius. That is your love reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.